Good morning, everyone. I am here at Mathnasium with Adana Elder. Thank you very much for hosting the Greeters Meeting this morning. And we're here to talk about Adana. We're here to talk about the Mathnasium of Pensacola, and then we'll do a small highlight reel of the Greeters Meeting. So let's go ahead and get started off with you. Adana, I pronounced it incorrectly starting off Adana, but it is Adana. So thank you for correcting me. I'd love for you to tell us how you got into this journey of the Mathnasium.
So I guess my journey began when I decided after 25 years of retail management and customer service experience that I was ready for a change to something different. I saw an advertisement come up on Facebook, which everybody sees all the time, for a new franchise opportunity. And my first thought was, who the heck would put math and a gymnasium membership together in one word? It sounded like a total scam to me, and I learned quickly that it was not. A trip to Orlando showed me that they are, while not quite as common as a McDonald's, when a new one opens in one of the metropolitan areas, the real excitement is, hey, there's a new Mathnasium near me. And everybody's excited that they won't have to drive as far to take their students to a Mathnasium. So when I suggested it to my husband, he was totally on board, and we started down that path to Mathnasium ownership and running of a great new center here in our area. Our closest one is 3 hours away, so we're really happy that we get to provide this new service to the Pensacola area and the Pensacola students.
Well, what an exciting journey and transition and change from your previous career from retail management that's very demanding. I'm sure this is very demanding too, but in a different way. But in this, it sounds like you are finding much more satisfaction in what you're doing on a daily basis. Now, you had said that you saw initially a Facebook ad. So around what year was this?
That would have been the spring of 2017, so a little over a year and a half ago.
Okay, so, you could have seen the ad 8 or 9 years ago. I had no idea that it was this fresh and new. So 2017. All right, so how long did it take from the time when you first initially saw that ad to the day that the doors opened?
Ooh, about 8 months, I guess.
8 months.
Yep.
All right, cool. So now let's talk about Mathnasium of Pensacola. So you said it's math and like a gym membership. Let's expand on that. What exactly does Mathnasium mean?
So we start each student out with an assessment, sort of like your first trip into the gym, where they say, well, what are your goals? What do you want to do while you're here? And so we develop a curriculum for each student that's focused on their needs and their goals, whether that is rebuilding foundational skills or pushing them forward into new things that they haven't seen. Our students come in 2 to 3 times a week, just like you would hopefully go to the gym. And not me. I've had a great membership for a long time, and I almost never make it. But our students really, because we're filling in foundational gaps or we're pushing them forward into skills they haven't seen, we want to see them frequently, and that allows us the opportunity to reinforce those skills and to make sure that they are very solid in their understanding of new skills as we push them into things that are a little bit further up in that math chain.
Okay, so who's eligible to be your student? Like, is there an age range? How does this work?
We start with second graders for the most part. We occasionally bring them in a little bit earlier than that, but students sit for an hour at a time, and first graders, if you have a first grader, you know how hard it is to get them to stay seated for one whole hour. So basically we're second grade through 12th grade. Once you've graduated from high school, you're no longer a candidate for our program.
Okay, so it's an extracurricular. Would this be in place of tutoring, or where does this fit?
We are definitely in place of a regular tutoring program, but we're different in that a big chunk of each session we devote to filling in those gaps or helping them with skills that they haven't seen yet, even if they're enrichment students. But a third of every session we also devote to homework help.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not only
Yeah.
are we teaching your ninth grade or third grade fractions, which may be what they're missing, to fill in that gap, we're also going to help them with understanding order of operations or their current algebra concern, because getting better grades is what you want to see and what they want to see immediately, but the other part of our program fills in the missing pieces so that next year they don't need us.
Wow, that's cool. So you kind of like graduate. Your goal is to graduate them in, not keep them here forever.
Our goal is to graduate them in.
Or graduate them out, rather.
Right. Right. We would love to see them come back each year or stay with us when we can share more knowledge with them so that they're ahead of their class.
Got you.
Now, not only do they start each new topic in school better prepared,
I
they
see.
get to be part of that process at school where they're confident enough to help their peers and to be the one who raises their hand and answers questions when the teacher says, "Can somebody tell me how to figure this out?"
So you brought up a really good point, and we didn't discuss this, before we started because I didn't know that this was going to come up in the interview. But when a student or child, anyone has that elevated level of confidence when it comes to subject matter, what kind of difference does that make in that person's life? Because that's more than just getting better grades in math. This is now reaching into some different areas of, self-esteem and, it just bleeds over into a lot of different areas.
You are spot on with that. We've had multiple parents come in and say not only, "Hey, thank you so much for raising my Algebra 2 student's algebra grade," but now he's more interested in doing his homework for Spanish class, and he's more participatory in his history. Once you can fill in those gaps with math, that does so much to build their confidence and make them feel more prepared and more willing and eager to be at school and to be doing the other things that they're expected to do there.
Yeah, there are certain building blocks educationally that I recognize with not being involved in the educational realm at all. But what I recognize those building blocks is the understanding of numbers, how they relate to each other, and then also letters and then sentence structure. And those are the building blocks that everything else is based on, because that allows you to learn anything that you want to learn from that point in time. And so how exciting that this is something that is available. Before I heard of the Mathnasium, I had no idea that this was even a thing. So super, super cool. Thank you so much, Adana, for sharing that with us, and then also for hosting our greeters meeting this morning. So I'm going to just show a quick highlight reel. It's about a half a minute long, so hang with us, and then we're going to finish this off with Adana telling us how to get in touch with the Mathnasium and how to get involved or find out more information. All right, so there was a lot of energy in here. I don't know if anyone saw it, but there was a lot of people sitting down, looked kind of like the classroom setting, and that's because the tables were here. But there was still a lot of energy in the room. If you don't know anything about greeters, it's a fantastic opportunity for you to bring yourself here if you're a member of the Pensacola Chamber, and then you can share whatever product or service that your company adds. So enough about the greeters and enough about the chamber. Let's talk more about the Mathnasium. So what is the best way to get in touch with you all and to find out more information?
The best way to reach us is with a phone.
Okay, great.
But
there it is.
You can also find us on our website, which is mathnasium.com/Pensacola, and that has some information too.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. It looks like Jessica is in the live feed. If anyone else is out there, if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the live feed and let us know if there's anything else that you want to know. Or, of course, you can call the number that we have, and I'll go ahead and put the Mathnasium Facebook page in the description so people just have a direct link to that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.